That's me, and this is a VR earthbending game. I'm in a match where the goal is to win by hitting your opponent with various rocks, and I'm about to get absolutely destroyed. Welcome to Rumble. In Rumble, everything is gesture-based. Want to summon a rock? Make a gesture. Want to hit a rock? Make a gesture. Want to run or jump? You guessed it, make a gesture. There are 5 different rocks or structures you can spawn, with many different ways to interact with them. I recommend watching Rumblebee's updated move guide video for an in-depth explanation on each move. These 3 structures are grounded when you spawn them, which is visually indicated by the dark color where the structure meets the ground. Grounded structures do +1 damage and also behave slightly differently. For example, uppercutting a grounded structure will give it rotational movement, and holding a grounded structure will keep it on the ground. This allows for moves like the Puppet Master, where you come from above but attack from the ground. You can always ground structures with a move called Stomp, or unground them with moves like Kick or Uppercut. However, you don't unlock most of these moves until later. The only way to climb the ranks and gain new moves is by playing one-on-one matches and gaining battle points, or BP. Each round, the players start with 20 health points, and whoever goes to 0 first loses that round. And the match is determined by the best of 3 rounds. You get 5 BP for winning a match and 2 BP for losing. You start as a pebble rank, and at certain total BP amounts you get new moves until you have reached the top, with a fitting name, Mountain, which takes 156 BP to acquire. Once you reach Mountain, it may seem like this is the end of your Rumble journey, but it is only the beginning. You just now have all of the poses unlocked, only now has the game truly opened up to you. Flick and Explode are the last moves you get, so I'll briefly explain them. Structures with Explode applied to them give off a radius of knockback when destroyed, which launches anything or anyone near it. This effect can be amplified by around 50% with Volatile. Volatile is something called a Shift Stone. Shift Stones change your gameplay and make it unique. For example, one gives you an extra dash or jump midair, and one heals you 2 health for every 5 damage you do. You can equip 2 Shift Stones at a time. Flick is the other move you get at Mountain Rank. It allows you to control the position and rotation of a structure, allowing for complete control. There are effectively endless ways you can use Flick. Waterbending, flight, there's a whole skill tree by the Flick Pioneer Shoeless. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You might have noticed that I said you can fly in this game. Flying is sort of a bug that became a feature. It was never an intended part of the game, so let me explain how it's possible. When you move in a similar direction as an object, it will not break on you. So by jumping and pulling a structure up into you, you are carried with the structure and you take to the sky. Flick is very important when it comes to flight because it allows for complete control. It can be reinforced with hold, or the more experienced can opt for flick only flight. Hold only flight is also a thing, which can be quite challenging, especially because hold can be broken, while flick remains unless the structure is grounded or destroyed. Flight and its many moves are difficult to learn and even harder to master. Rumble is a game where your skill grows with practice and you need a lot of it to truly master mechanics like flight. Rumble is a difficult game. The poses are pretty strict and your hand placement and rotation matter a lot when you do a pose. When you start out, it can be very tricky to get your poses consistent, so don't get down on yourself. When I first started Rumble, I was really struggling to do the poses, so much so that I just started blaming the game in my tracking. But in reality, I was probably just doing them wrong. Many combos and moves have high skill floors, so you may need to practice your pose consistency before you're capable of these more advanced mechanics. It can be a lot to take in, but you don't have to learn Rumble alone. There's the official Buckethead Entertainment Discord server where you can ping people to fight. There's the SolaoJr Discord server, which is a great place to learn because it's so beginner friendly. There's the beginner bender role, and you can ping to learn, to have someone teach you about Rumble, or just to have a friendly sparring match. There's also the Rumble Kai Discord server where you can look at the poses that come with each rank, and you can also see the many moves this community has come up with. Anyone can come up with a move and post it to the forum channel. All it takes is a little bit of creativity. For me at least, Rumble's difficulty is what makes it fun to learn. If you could master the game in a few dozen hours, what's to stop it from getting stale? I mentioned Shoeless's Flick skill tree, and I've been starting on it. One of the starting moves is something he termed the high dive, where you launch a cube into the air and use Flick to fly on it. And the progression of me being absolutely hopeless at it to me being able to use it in a match, at least semi-consistently, is so rewarding. When you first learn a skill in Rumble, or anything for that matter, chances are you're not going to be great at it. But over time, with practice, you'll get consistent until it becomes almost second nature. I don't think any game has had me just want to practice and learn it like Rumble has. Like, I'm low-key a bit addicted. But also, I'm not sure if I'll ever find another game that makes me want to practice and learn it like Rumble does. If you yourself have a VR headset and a PC, I would definitely recommend checking Rumble out. It's only like 20 bucks on Steam. And if you do have a VR headset but don't have a PC, a standalone Quest release is planned by the end of this year. So if you're watching this video towards the end of 2025 or past it, it might already be out on standalone Quest. Anyway, thank you for staying till the end of this video to hear me talk about this silly little game I like. What I've shown in this video is just a glimpse of all there is to explore and experiment with in Rumble. Shoeless fairly recently came out with a whole movie on Rumble, so I would definitely check it out if you're interested in the game and want to learn more. Anyways, that's all for now, so see ya!